Hey guys, Revan here, and welcome back to episode 9 of Astroblock, where today we're going to see how far we can get into Galacticraft. So sit back, enjoy the episode, and let's see what we can't get done. Now, before we make our way over to Jupiter, we do need to do a little bit of an errand here. We need to go back over to Mercury and collect our digital miner. I was able to collect a little bit. It hasn't run. I don't think it's fulfilled its full cycle here. Oh wait, yeah, it has. So what do we got left in here? Just the basic ores that we're getting on Mercury. Just toss all of you guys up in our backpack now, and let's just pull you apart. Don't run away from me. So as always, before we go anywhere, we have to make sure that we have everything that we're going to need. We have our digital miner, we have our energy cell, a chunk loader, a chest. Let's see, we have our transport device in here getting refilled. Right now it's at 5,500. That should be good. I should have a few more ender pearls. Yeah, it's melting up, but we'll use those as a backup. And come on over here to our trusty dusty rockets, which is fueled up. So let's take off, go into space, and check out Jupiter. Now, Jupiter does have a decent amount of moons, and I was looking at the quest line and noticed that it looks like we're going to start getting into applied energistics, or at least we can once we get here. So I'm looking forward to that, because I've kind of been holding off increasing our simple storage unit until we get, you know, a little bit more set up with the applied energistics. Ooh. Come out of here. All right, first thing we got to do is we got to grab some oh, hey there, guys. All right, so we have that started. We got our digital miner, and now we need to find ourselves a dungeon. So, oh, and I do actually see the applied energistics meteor right there. So I'm gonna search for a dungeon, kind of collect the meteors that I can find, and I'll bring you guys back when we're at the dungeon. We finally made it to the boss room, and lots of anti-red potions later. Let's get this part. Whoa. This guy seems fun. At least we don't have to hit the fireballs back. Ooh. Can I fly up to him and hit him with the sword? Yeah, it seems a little bit better. I'm not even watching my health here. I'm just, I want him dead as soon as possible. This is a interesting mob. Is he dead or something? I guess the health bar is a little bit borked here. Let's down this real quick before we start taking too much damage. All right, and hopefully we get what we need first. Try. Okay. No, this is the way we came. So is there no boss chest here? Did it kind of... I wonder if there's just two dungeons like right next to each other, and that kind of messed up the final chest room here. But all right, well, I'm gonna try to run through this, and if we don't find what we're looking for in this one, we'll probably gonna have to find another dungeon. No, bad. So BRB, guys. Okay, yeah, it looks like because there were two dungeons directly next to each other, and that kind of messed up how the treasure room spawned here, but we did manage to get another key, and so let's hope we get what we need here. All right, so we have our tier 5 rocket, and honestly, that's all that we need from this planet as far as the treasure chests go. So I am going to head back to Earth before I die of radiation. Really need to work on getting some better stuff there. Actually, let's I'm gonna toss my stuff into the inventory, then we're gonna head back to Jupiter real quick and just see what ores we're getting from there. So we tossed everything away, and let's see, check out our chest here and see what we're actually getting. We are getting palladium and red gem, iron, tin, copper. So we're gonna take the palladium. Oh, we need the nickel. That's good. We really haven't had any nickel as of yet, and a couple recipes actually require it. So I am missing one of the inscriber presses, so I'm going to kind of search a little bit more on here. I did take my jetpack off, and that seems to have kind of like reduced the radiation. Now I can combine the jetpack with the spacesuit. However, it's horrible. Like it is. Can you leave me alone here? I'm trying to talk to people here. Thank you. Yeah, the amount of power that it draws and how well it works is just, it's hideous. So we probably won't. We'll try it out again when we get like to the tier 3 spacesuit. But the tier 1 was just, yeah. I would never use that again. So I'm gonna do a little bit more searching, and then we'll meet you guys back on Earth. Well, after quite a bit of back and forth and traveling and dying from radiation and all this other fun stuff, we are finally back at Earth here. I just want to toss in our tier 5 schematic. So now, there we go. We should be able to make the tier 5 rocket when we need to. We still need to go to the moon of Io and all the other Jupiter moons. But in the meantime, I have kind of started setting up a little bit of a platform down here. Make sure I have my backpack on. I do not have my jetpack on. In order to get started with the matter overdrive stuff. So I just want to pick the rest of this sand up. I got to be careful not too much of it gets sucked up by the by the anomaly before we're done. Hopefully my magnet is going to win most of the battles here. And then yeah, let's actually, what happens if we, yeah, see how most of it's kind of just getting sucked up into that there. So it's not too bad. We should still be good. We don't really have to worry until I need to turn hover mode on. So we're still under 10,000, so that's good. All right, so let's come back over to our trusty dusty crafting station over here. Now there's a few things that we're gonna need for the matter overdrive reactor. I have made some of the basic things. I made the machine hulls, which, you know, doesn't take a whole lot to make. The fusion reactor coil, we have that. However, we still need the decomposers and the controller. Now, let's see. The reactor controller, we just need an isolinear circuit, Mark III and a Mark II, 4 of the reactor coils, and a holographic sign in a machine casing. We should have all of that in stock. We do. And then let's see, where are the decomposers? Now these are the things that are actually going to add fuel to the reactor. We're going to need 2 sticky pistons, so hopefully we have everything that we need for that. Matter decomposer. 1, 2. Oh wow, we literally only had 2. Matter energy conversion. I think we have everything we need for that. Yes. And we're actually going to need 2 of those. And so we're going to need 2 more pistons here. And integration matrix. I don't believe we have any of these made. Let's grab 2 of those guys. And what's the final thing we're missing? A blue diamond. Uh-oh. So maybe we can't make this. I thought we'd be able to make this a little bit sooner. Let's see. Blue diamond. Is this Neptune? Okay, so unfortunately, it looks like we're not actually going to be able to do the matter overdrive reactor until the end of the pack. That's kind of a disappointment for me because it is a very good source of, I don't want to say early game power, but it doesn't actually take all that much to build. The issue is that we do need the blue diamond, and that comes from Kepler 22, I believe, which if we look all the way down here, that is literally the end of the Galacticraft quest. So yeah, again, it really seems like the pack is really trying to gate how OP we can get until that point in time. I'm not too hurt about it, mainly because of the fact that the dynamos that we have right now downstairs are more than enough for the power requirements we have currently. But since we can't actually make our reactor, I did have to kind of change up what I wanted to do this episode, unfortunately. So I think what we're going to do is first we're going to start off with trying to make a better spacesuit. So so that we don't instantly die to all of the fun radiation that's existing up there. Let's see. So the tier 3 spacesuit, we're going to need 4 of each of the armor layer and the radiation layer. The armor layer is just palladium inside of a compressor. And where was the radiation layer? So this is, we're gonna need lead, but we're gonna have to go through all of the tiers for 1 and 2 to get these radiation layers, which, let's see if we have enough for 4. Tier 2, can we do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And can we do tier 3? Let's see, this is just taking lead. All right, so we do have enough for that. However, the palladium, we are going to need to take up and toss into our compressors up here. So I'm going to get this stuff compressed up and I will bring you guys right back. All right, so that didn't take very long. All right, so all we have to do in order to upgrade is just toss in our current space helmet, if we put these in the right spot, and just upgrade them with new armor and new radiation protection. So now we have the tier 3 spacesuit, and I don't actually believe that that is a quest anywhere along the lines. It looks like it's stopping us at tier 2. Now, one of the things that we do need to do as far as quests goes, well, actually, no, we do have the tier 3 and then the tiers 4. I don't think we can make the tier 4 yet. Let's just see here. That's going to need zinc, which we don't have. Okay. Let's look into the jetpack spacesuit. Now, the downside of this is once I have the tier 3 spacesuit with the jetpack, I can't upgrade it to the tier 4. So I'm going to have to build another set of chest plates just to get up to the tier 4. But I think for now, we should be good with this. So we're going to need a bunch of batteries and, tier 6 rocket engines. So we need tier 6 heavy duty plates, which is magnesium. So tier 4 is with palladium, which will get us tier 5. And then the tier 5, let's see, will get us the tier 6 with compressed magnesium. I don't think we have magnesium yet. Let's see here. We don't. So where in the quest line is it telling us that we're going to get magnesium here? Is it going to be, all right, so it's Saturn. So before we can get the jetpack for the tier 3, we are going to need to build a tier 5 rocket and get to Saturn. So we may or may not skip this just to get to Saturn so that we can get a digital miner down and get that going. But as of right now, I still have the digital miner up on Jupiter in hopes of getting some of the volcanic rock. I tried running around trying to find it, but it wasn't very, there wasn't a lot of it. I have found like 1 or 2. As you saw, I had like 1 piece that I just tossed in the furnace for the quest line, but that was about all that I'd found. So I have the miner just farming everything and then deleting all of the like the normal ore or normal rocks and just keeping the ores, and I'm hoping that's going to solve that issue, but I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna start getting stuff together to get the heavy plates, the tier 5 heavy plates. We still have a decent amount of the tier 4. I don't want to take all of it, and then we're gonna have to grab some palladium which we don't have a whole lot of, but we'll use what we got. Like I said, we have more being farmed up on Jupiter. So I'm going to get this stuff guys cracking and then BRBs. Okay, you guys know the routine here. Just go in top, and then you can pretty much just shift click everything else in, and it'll go into its location. So now we have our tier 5 rocket. The unfortunate thing is, I believe our tier 4 rocket is full of fuel here. Let's see. Yeah, it's full of fuel. So we might just have to call that a loss on fuel. It's relatively easy to make. Let's see. Can we? Yeah, we can break that. All right, let's do our little. There we go. Not bad. It's getting slightly larger. All right, and where's F1? So we place you on there, and we should be able to start loading that up with fuel. Where is our backpack so we can swap out this battery? Take you, toss you in there, and we'll leave the battery on us until we get done. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to do is, now that we have carbon, we can actually update or upgrade our jetpack here. And again, carbon we got on Mercury. So we just need some of these capacitors, and so we need 3 of these guys. Where are you? Here. So we have our carbon capacitor, and then we need 2 of the thrusters. So I'm assuming we're gonna need, yep, we're gonna need some more ferni. Okay, that should be the last furnace that we need. And do we have everything? No, we are going to be missing 2 of these and 2 of those. So that should give us our 2 thrusters. Now we have our backpack on us, or I'm sorry, our jetpack. So we're going to be going from being able to hold 850,000 RF to 2 million RF. Let's see here. Our vertical speed is going to be 0.41, which is going to be the same. Vertical acceleration 0.12, that's the same. Horizontal speed 1.4, and then 7.5, that's the same. 0.27. Sprint modifier, sprint fuel modifier. So they actually seem to be exactly the same when it comes to how fast we're going to travel and stuff like that. Let's see. Do we have? And that's the last as far as that jetpack goes. I do want to see. Okay, just making sure it's not asking for a jetpack or anything. Now, what other? I am curious what other jetpacks we could get into. Now, I think the fluxed jetpack with the chest plates does have some radiation protection, but I think that's mostly from nuclear craft. I don't know how that's going to react to the Galacticraft radiation. So, like, if we say, let's see, where is the flux infused chest plate? All right. So that's just the chest plate. Where is the actual, they may have actually taken the jetpack out, because that is a little bit, I don't want to say cheaty, but that's yeah, that's that jetpack can be pretty strong. So it looks like as far as jetpacks go, we kind of have to progress along this chain here. So the next one would be lead, and then mercury. Nickel we can do, palladium we can do. The red jetpack I think we can do. And when do they actually start getting faster is the question here. I don't. Okay, so when we get up to the nickel, it starts getting a little bit faster as far as the sprint goes and the horizontal speed, but not a whole lot. So we're just going to have to work our way through those in order to get there. So let's just collect this reward here, and then obviously we can collect all of you guys. We get another legendary reward. A rare, and what do we get for you? We get the research papers that we have to populate. So let's go up and toss these. Actually, before we go up, let's let's toss this stuff in here. We have an energy reader, zinc battery we already had. We can toss these plates back in. Oh, wow, we got a platinum jetpack as a reward. Look at that. Yes, please. I think I'll be using that. Heavy oxygen tank. So this can hold 10 million. Much better sprint modifier. Much better horizontal speed. Yeah. This is definitely going to be a nice addition. I was not expecting that. That shouldn't even populate anywhere, should it? We did make some item ducts. We made the controller, but we can't make the decomposers. And advanced logistic. I don't remember us getting that, but I'm not going to complain. Oh yeah, it was just a reward. A laser bullet. That sounds fun. All right, I'm just going to toss these guys in here and run them up. And once we get back, I guess we're going to, what was it, Saturn? Yeah, we're going to Saturn when we get back, guys. So I'll be right back. All right, so we are on our way to Saturn right now. One thing I did want to point out that I didn't mention earlier was, just as a warning, when you go to Jupiter, you saw all the lightning strikes that were occurring when we were up there. Please note that those lightning strikes can hit your landing vehicle, and if they do, they will destroy it. I placed down my miner. I kind of went for a walkabout. I wasn't thinking about it. And I got back to the miner and I tried finding my rocket, and the landing pad wasn't there. So I went back and watched the footage and noticed that as I was kind of putzing around there, that a lightning bolt hit the lander. It started on fire and disappeared. So I lost my rocket, and oh, thank gosh. I did ended up losing my rocket and all the fuel that was in it. So kind of take the stuff out first before you. Oh, hey, let's not we say we did. Okay, why is this not going in? Fuel. Do we have any fuel tanks that aren't empty? No, that one is full. All right, well, we'll just, I guess, leave it there. I built another digital miner just because I didn't want to take one off of the other planet, and they're not difficult to make here. They're fairly easy. One thing I did forget was a power source. So do we have, no, and we put our point back in. Bummer. All right, so let's just add Saturn on here. Oop. Then we can select Earth. Jump back. We will grab you. And let's go grab ourselves a point. Since we now have flux, we don't really need to worry about, bringing energy cubes and whatnot along with us. Nope, that's not what I want. All right, grab the fuel. And where is our point here? We'll just toss that on and then select our home network. There we go. Transfer limit will turn off. We'll come over here. We will toss the speed upgrades in, and then let's just configure this to a radius of 32. New filter. We'll just do the standard or save. And then start that guy off. Now I got to go and look for a dungeon. So I'm going to go find a dungeon, and I'll bring you back when we get to the boss. All right, well, we're here at the boss. It was not pleasant to find some of the... Some of the dungeons were a little bit borked. Like, I found a couple in the middle of, like, their... whatever the liquid is that hurts you on this planet. So you couldn't actually get in. So it took me a lot longer to find one than I wanted. You need to be turned down a lot, loud boss. All right, so this was just evolved gas. Wasn't difficult to beat. Hopefully, yeah, we have our chest over there. Radiation is staying manageable. We're definitely not burning through the anti-rad like we were before. But all right, so we have our tier 6, and we always take these just because don't need feather falling. Although it does, we'll take it. I lied. All right, let's go back to Earth real quick. Actually, no, let's just come back here and oh wow, something blew that up. Not sure what it was. Oh, we don't have you. We don't have you set to auto eject, do we? So auto eject on. So we're getting good stuff here. Throw down our chunk loader. And then let us go back to Earth since we don't actually have to sit here and wait for stuff since we added the ender chest on. We can just come over here and look at it. So we get copper, iron, tin, magnesium, and copper. All right, so we have the magnesium that we needed before in order to make the tier 6 rocket plates. So I might have to just bite the bullet and upgrade the jetpack, because as it is right now, if I take the spacesuit out, it like the radiation spikes really fast if I take the chest piece off. So traveling is a lot slower because I have to do it by foot. So if I can get the jetpack that goes along with the tier 3 spacesuits, I might be a lot better off, because this one, yeah, it's going to want tier 8, and tier 8 is going to be zinc. Yeah, we don't have zinc yet. So, yeah, I may just bite the bullet and make this. So let's see. Can I crush you? All right, so it won't let me crush the magnesium for ore dupe. Can I enrich it? No. How about the crusher over here? No. So it looks like it's forcing me to actually have to just smelt it down to get the magnesium. But we got that. Now that should open up a few more areas. And I'll take all these research papers as well. All right, so where can we go now? We can go, what do we get here? A scanner module? Let's clear up some inventory space. We can put our blaster back. The tier 6 can go up top. We don't need you. All right, so we have Titan, Rhea, Saturn, which we already had. Titania, Oberon, so I think those are just the other planets. It's a moon of Saturn, I believe. All right, I'm going to run all these through our research and then try to figure out which direction we need to head towards next. After running through all of the different research papers, I think the best bet for the rest of this episode is going to be for us to start knocking out some of the moons. Now, most of them, I think all we really need to do is go there. There might be one or two that we need to get an ore or two from, but I think for the most part, we just need to go visit them for the quest lines. So I am going to start taking us to the moons, and as we get there, I'll kind of show you what it looks like, and then we'll go hit up the next one. So for Jupiter, we have 4 different moons. We have Io, Europa, yep, not sure how to pronounce that one, and Callisto. So let's just see what these guys look like. So we are here on the moon Io, which is one of the moons of Jupiter, and that's definitely an interesting look here. I do want to check the dungeon compass here. If there's no dungeons, from my understanding, it should just point straight north, and that kind of appears to be what it's doing. I will kind of take just a quick little look around. Yeah. It's just taking us straight north. So I am just going to mark our location with our transporter. Oh, and as a side note, I did make the jetpack for this tier 3 spacesuits. So far I haven't been able to find a hover command, but it goes up very quickly and forward not so much. So it's interesting, and it takes a lot of power. Like if you look, we're at 312,000 roughly. So if I just kind of hover around for a little while, oh well, I have wireless charging on, so you're not going to see a change. But before I turned the wireless charging on, it was taking, like, just kind of flying around like this was taking like 100,000 RF per tick. So I am definitely going to be needing to upgrade my power sometime soon, but yep, not right now. Okay, so I did not put oh well, I can always travel back there at a later point in time. For now, I am just going to kind of rinse and repeat here, and I'll bring you guys back when we actually land on the moon so we can see what that looks like. Oh, don't want to crash. And we just crash landed on Europa. So you know what that means. I need to build another spaceship, another tier 6 rocket. So that's going to be a fun time. Just want to make sure that there's nothing in here that's possible to pick up here. Oh man, this jetpack is really hard to control. All right, but this time we're actually going to remember to create a launch point here. So let's just add that in there. Let's do the dungeon thing again. North. Yep, it's pointing north. So no dungeons on this planet. What was this? What is the liquid made? Liquid crystallized water. Interesting. All right, well, let's I'm off to I'm off to Earth to build a new spaceship. All right, we are now back with a new tier 6 rocket, this time with no chest, because I swear I did not forget again. But we're on the Jupiter moon Ganymede. It's best I can figure out how to pronounce it. So let's just jump out of this guy over here. As always, check our compass, pointing north. So we're going to kind of ignore the fact that there may or may not be dungeons on here. What do we have for liquid on this planet? Infected water. All right, well, we're just going to do our little normal, give ourselves a transport in case we need to come back here. Ganymede, something. All right, and let's go to Earth, and let's not forget our rocket here. And our fuel. All right, see you on the next moon. And this should be the last moon of Jupiter, Callisto. And for whatever reason, for whatever reason, my holding the spacebar didn't seem to slow us down at all. So, lots of fun times there. I'm going through so many resources, just building more and more rockets. Maybe we'll call this the episode of failures. Because man, I mean, they all kind of have like the same look with the mountains and the tricolors, but this one definitely looks like the most foreboding. And dungeon is pointing to the north again. Let's just see what we have down here for liquid. Maybe we'll look out once and actually get something worthwhile, but not this time. So back to Earth and back to a new rocket. We are back and on our way to hopefully not a crash landing on the moon of Saturn, Rhea. Once we get here, I'm going to actually have to look at the quest lines. I know one of the either moons or like side planets that we have research papers for, we do need a mineral from. So I'm kind of going to have to look so I can keep track of that. Okay, I see land. I'm holding spacebar. I'm not going to die a horrible death. And this one pretty much is just all gray. Add you onto our transporter. And let's take a look at the quest line here. So we finished all those moons. So we need to go to planet Dione. We've done let's see, we need to go to the moon of Titan. And what was this? Planet Ceres. So I think Titan and Ceres are the two main ones we have to go to. I'm not sure I have this one unlocked yet. I'm going to actually have to to look at that. And then this one is Chalice. Anyways, all right. So we don't need anything here. That is good. Now I do believe we do have all of the inscriber presses here for applied energetics, so we can take those and toss those into our system. Finally, we've just been holding them into the backpack because the quest line was blocked by the moons here for Jupiter. So let's see, we get a rare reward and we get another one. Now what is this? Infused diamond. Have to look into what we can use that for. And space leggings tier 1. I did get one of these advanced storage remotes from one of the rewards. Now I don't remember what this pack is actually requiring for these. So it's simple storage and the advanced. Yeah, so normally we need a nether star for this, and obviously we haven't been to the end or anything like that. To be honest, I haven't even looked into going to the end or to the nether, so I don't know if it's based upon cakes or if it's just vanilla gameplay where I have to explore the world and try to find a portal room. But I can now access our storage system from any dimension at any distance for free. So this is a very powerful tool. Now I used this especially when I did MC Eternal. Even after I had an applied energistic system set up, I still use the simple storage for traveling because of the fact that it was very easy to make this, and I didn't have to worry about which dimension I was in or how far away I was when I was out looting and stuff like that. You can just instantly dump stuff into your system. But let's just take a sleep, try to reduce our radiation a little bit. I do have to see. Okay, we have a few rads on us. Now I did set this up. This is just a quick little anti-rad maker here. So I just have blaze powder in here, water bottles go into this chest, which I'm pretty much out of. I only made like a double chest full. So, and then this top one just gives charcoal. So I'm just taking the charcoal from here and tossing it up there. And then I am only outputting the actual anti-rad. So that's how I have that semi-automated, if you wanted to say. Now I don't see the other planet, Dione, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. So that is a research paper I'm going to have to look into getting, but we can go to Ceres here. And I believe once we land here, we're going to have to set up our digital miner. So slowing down. All right, looks like we're going to land peacefully here. So let's just toss you down. Not a very friendly planet, apparently. All I wanted to do was to do my thing. All right, so we have copper, iron, and tin. And what specifically does it want us to get? Uranium from here. So is nuclear craft in here? Doesn't look like that. Extreme. No. So what uses do we have for uranium? We can make nuclear bombs. That sounds fun. Now there were nuclear bombs. I believe it was on Jupiter. Jupiter or Saturn, there was like these slime towers that were surrounded by nuclear bombs. So yeah, and we can make a uranium jetpack, which has about the same as what we have right now. No, that's not even close to what the same. All right, so not much use for uranium other than making nuclear bombs, but maybe we'll play around with those a little bit at the end of the pack there. However, I think we are going to call it an episode there. We made pretty good progress today as far as knocking out a lot of the Galacticraft thing. I was a little bit disappointed about the matter overdrive and the fact that a lot of things seem to be gated for endgame. I have my own opinions upon that, but I'll let you guys play the pack and decide how you how you feel about it, if that's what you want to do. I don't want to sway people in any way, shape, or form when it comes to how they play and how they enjoy a pack. But as always, guys, if you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps me out greatly. And as always, stay awesome, be safe, and I'll see you guys later.